Hello.
Hi.
So what subject do you teach?
I teach 8th grade English.
Do you use videos in your classroom?
I do, sometimes.
How do you use them?
It would be sometimes for a previewing event, sometimes it's to build background knowledge. As for instance, today we were looking at a nonfiction article based on the story of the tornadoes that hit here in April, and my students were able to preview some knowledge, and we had some footage that was shot during that time about Henryville, Indiana, and it was interviews with the survivors and what happened to their schools, so it gave the students more of a good perspective of what they were about to read.
Great. And why do you think it's important to use videos?
I think a lot of times when we do use them, it gives them more concrete information. I think it keeps them more captured into what they're doing. It also makes it more relevant and real to them, that sometimes they kind of forget that these people are not real people. Mm-hmm. I know the last time we read another nonfiction article about a child slave, that they thought that didn't exist until they actually saw the video and saw her for real going through the experience and talking about her with the real life footage. It really drove things home.
Good. Now, do you ever tell your students what to look for before they watch a video?
It depends on the video that we're watching. Now sometimes when we're doing something fun, if I have a fun little short video, sometimes I tell them we're specifically watching it because I think cornier works. Sometimes the cornier the better, especially when it comes to English and you're trying to review something for grammar. There's some really cheesy videos, but the kids always laugh and it's what sticks in their head, and sometimes I catch them singing it when they're taking a test.
Definitely.
And so sometimes I warn them, hey, this is going to be pretty cheesy, but this is what works. Sometimes, yeah, we specifically, if we're looking for detailed facts or maybe we're looking at mood or tone or how somebody's reacting to something and facial expressions and body language, we stop and talk about those types of things as well.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what subject do you teach?
I teach biology to 10th graders at Warren County High.
Do you like it?
I do.
Do you use video and multimedia in your classroom?
I do. Some days I use video to supplement what we're doing. Other days I can't find good videos, or there aren't good videos out there to supplement what we're doing. So it depends on the subject.
Do you use it more to preview material or to review material?
Okay. Usually I use it after I've talked about something in my notes. I'll use it to restate that in a different way so that they're seeing I am appealing to a different learning style. Perfect. So some people who are not getting it for just looking at it can hear it and see it in different wording or whatever, so they understand it better.
Perfect. Now, why do you use videos?
Just to appeal to different learning styles, since some people learn by seeing, some people learn by doing, and whatever. I'm trying to appeal to those different types. Now, sometimes I'll show movies or things that introduce new stuff. Maybe that's controversial or something that students are going to find really interesting that goes along with a research paper they're writing or something like that. And that's just kind of enrichment for some topics that we cover.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what subject do you teach?
I'm a health and physical education teacher.
And do you use videos in your classroom?
Yes, I do. I use videos in the gym as well as the health room. We do video as far as more visualization in the gym, so we teach them the skills or the steps, and then they actually can see on the wall. I also use videos in the health room more so as a recap. So if we are doing a nutrition unit, we will talk about nutrition and go over everything they need to know, and then we will watch a video to recap all that information and give them just another teaching tool.
And why do you use videos in your classroom?
A lot of different ways. Some students are more visual learners, so it's better for them to see it. I also use them as a teaching tool. If they get bored with me just standing up there lecturing, so they respond better to videos.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
What subject do you teach?
I teach biology.
And do you use videos in your classroom?
I do.
How?
I generally use them just like embedded in either my PowerPoints, or sometimes I'll use like a YouTube video that I go to. And then there's other ones that I use like that you just purchase.
And why do you think it's important to use videos?
primarily to illustrate a point, but sometimes like these days I'll go ahead and give the students some questions, and then I'll pause the video, and then we'll discuss the questions that they have so they can put the answers down. It's like a form of chunking.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi,
So what subject do you teach?
math. So Algebra 1, discrete math, and pre-calculus.
So that's upperclassmen?
Algebra 1 is, ninth grade, but
Ninth
then the
grade.
rest of them are older.
Okay, and do you use videos in your classroom?
No, not very often, or rarely at all.
Why not?
I haven't found one really that I like, and I don't have the time to incorporate them in, especially in Algebra 1 with our SOL standards.
Now the very few videos that you do use, are they short video clips or longer?
Short video clips, and mostly it's just fun little things that kind of pertain to math. Or in my discrete math class, occasionally I've shown the TV show Numbers, just
Okay.
to kind of get, because it's math, and that's really just when we have some downtime.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right.
Through having various conversations with these teachers in my building, I noticed that most teachers do use multimedia in their classroom, mainly to illustrate concepts that students might not have firsthand knowledge of or be able to experience firsthand. Teachers also tend to use multimedia to preview and review content as well. In my own classroom, I use videos to preview content and to illustrate the effects of various natural disasters and things that happen in and around our planet that most of us don't see every day. For those teachers that don't use multimedia in their classroom, or at least not as often, I feel that that is because they have not been given resources and time to find videos that help motivate and engage the students in the classroom. I also agree that all students learn differently, and by providing an opportunity for visual learners to interact with the content, it increases the motivation and engagement of those learners, as well as provides those students that do not learn visually another outlet, another opportunity to build their repertoire of how to learn and engage and interact with material. Overall, I feel that videos are extremely useful if used properly and effectively in the classroom. And through talking with these 5 teachers, as well as other teachers in my building, I feel that more awareness and more education needs to be provided to my coworkers and myself for that matter as to how to include videos properly and effectively in the classroom.